What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Sixer fans, you thought this was going to be easy. I said it here. Now, obviously, I believe the Sixers are a better team. They're definitely a more talented team. And again, if Embiid's healthy and he plays healthy, obviously they should win the series. That was why they were up 2-1 in the first place. But I also told you that Atlanta is a really good team. They're a really good team. Do not underestimate what this team brings to the table. I had a couple Sixers fans come at me saying that they were going to easily win this series. And I was like, I believe you can win the series. But to say easily, that's just disrespecting the Hawks like they're just nothing. Like Trae Young and this group is nothing. I don't think you understand how good this team is and how well they play as a unit. Because this team's much better than even I expected them to be. And tonight, they fought to tie this series up, and you could just see it from them. The way they played, it was there, man. Bogdanovich pitched in, did his thing. Capella pitched in, made an impact, but it was Trae Young being the leader of this team, coming up clutch and doing what he needs to do to carry his team to a victory. 25 points and 18 assists from this guy. Trae Young, I'm telling you, he's answering all the calls. He's responding to all the critics. They keep saying his stats are just empty stats. He can't carry a team. He can't lead a team to any success. And look at him right now, and look what he's doing, and look at how he's managed to help his team tie this series up. I'm telling you, do not underestimate what this Hawk team brings to the table. They could very well win this series. I keep trying to tell Sixers fans this, but they're not understanding. Now, for the Sixers, I don't know what to tell you. Tobias Harris led the scoring with 20 points. Seth Curry was being a monster in some points. Like, he just couldn't miss. He was hitting clutch shots. He was being a real headache for the Hawks. But really, there's nothing you can do. Simmons gave you 11 points. It is what it is. That's Ben Simmons. You know he does other things besides score the basketball. Defense is where he comes up clutching. That's just what he was doing for the most part. It really came down to Embiid taking over this game, and he didn't. 17 points from Embiid. He had a chance. He had a chance to win this game. He had a chance to really put them in a good position. He missed the layup. I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is. If Embiid does not play the way we know this guy can play, if he does not play like the best big man in the game, if he does not play like that high-level player we know Joel Embiid to be, I don't see how the Sixers will be able to win this series. It'll be very difficult because as long as Embiid's healthy and he's playing and he's dropping those 30 points and he's being a monster and he's bullying, if he's doing that for the entire game, man, the Sixers should win. No question the Sixers should win. But he wasn't that tonight. He had moments where he looked like that, but overall, he was not that tonight. And at the end of the day, this Hawks team just fought back. Because if you look at it, first quarter, relatively close. I mean, it didn't start out that way, but relatively close. Second quarter, the Sixers started to impose their will onto this game. And it really looked like they were just going to take over. They go into halftime, 62-49. They really looked like they took over. It was just something different. It was something different. At the end of the day, it really looked like they were getting ready to take this game over. But the Hawks, in the second half, they fought back. They were down by as much as 15, 17. They were around there. They fought, man. They fought, and they fought in that fourth quarter. They battled it out, got this game close. And at the end of the day, they were able to take a lead. But the game was still there. The game was for anybody to take. And the Sixers could not capitalize in crunch time. And at the end of the day, Trae Young did what he needed to do. Hit those clutch free throws to end the game. It's just like, at the end of the day, you had a chance. You weren't able to capitalize. And I ain't gonna lie, Seth Curry had a decent shot. Wasn't great, and it definitely would have been a difficult shot to sink. But he had somewhat of a decent look, and he could definitely hit that three to tie the game. And it was close. It hit the back iron, so he was very close to tying this game and sending it to overtime. But at the end of the day, the Hawks just managed to get it done, and now it's a 2-2 series heading back to Philadelphia. This is going to be tough. I expect the Sixers to be able to respond in Game 5, but with the way this series is going and with the way the Hawks are playing, We may very well see a 7-game series. And this is even crazier with how everything's going with the Nets. Like I said, the Bucks have a real chance to take advantage of that. And we'll talk about that tomorrow because we got to talk about what this series is now going to mean for both Kevin Durant and Giannis, because both of them, the pressure's on. The pressure's on to deliver. But not even just that. Now you look at the Sixers and Hawks team, with the health of the Nets being a situation, that opens the window for both these teams. The Hawks, they are a really good team, and they could sneak themselves to the NBA Finals. But really, the Sixers, man, the Sixers have a real good opportunity now to get to the Finals. So, like, it's there. It's there on the platter. If you can get to the Eastern Conference Finals, there is a pretty good chance you may see the Bucks there just because of the health of the Nets right now. So that Game 5 in Philly is gonna be crucial. It's gonna be crucial for this series, and I honestly think it's going to 7 games. So if you're Atlanta, you have to fight with everything you have, and you have to steal that game on the road, because if you can go back to Atlanta up 3-2. I think you could take the series. So I see it as a situation where it could potentially be Hawks in 6 or Philly in 7. I do see a scenario where I could just see the Hawks taking over and winning this in 6 games. But again, the impending health of Joel Embiid continues to be a concern for me. So I don't know. It's just, I don't want to put that much pressure and just be like, yeah, the Sixers are going to win it in 6 games. I still believe the Sixers can win this series, but I told you, don't underestimate Trae Young and don't underestimate this Hawks team. They are a very good team. They play well. They play as a unit, and they just know when to show up. And tonight, they showed up, especially in that second half, fought for their playoff lives, and tied this series. So I'm telling you, man, the Hawks have a real good shot. Sixers fans, I don't know where you got this confidence thinking that the Hawks were just going to be a team that you can easily beat. Really. Easily. I can somewhat agree to that if Embiid was fully healthy and he's playing fully healthy. But the problem is Embiid's never really healthy. And Ben Simmons is not giving you anything scoring-wise. So where does this confidence come from? Do you think Tobias Harris is going to be able to take over every game for you? That's not going to happen. Seth Curry was great here. But other than that, there was not much you could really expect from your other guys. It's Simmons and Embiid that have to close this thing, specifically Embiid scoring-wise. So I look at this whole scenario and thinking to myself, like, I just don't trust the hell to Joel Embiid, which is why I feel like the Hawks have a real good chance to take this series. However, I think I'm still going to stick with the Sixers. I think they could be able to take this series in 7 because it feels like it's going down there. I don't think they could win in Atlanta in Game 6, but I do think they can take Game 5. And they'll go back to Atlanta, play a hard-fought game, and then they'll go to Game 7, where it'll be in Philly, where I could just see everything aligning for the Sixers, and they will just destroy the Hawks in the Game 7. I can see that very well happening. So my prediction at this point, it's either going to be Hawks in 6 or Sixers in 7. One of the other two. Because if the Hawks find a way to steal a game on the road, I can tell you this right now, they're not losing in Atlanta for Game 6. But yeah, series is tied 2-2. It's anybody's game to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and because of how the Nets' health is, it's anybody's game to get to the NBA Finals. This is going to be fun and interesting to watch. But with that being said, that is all I got, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.